Hey everybody, I'm Chip Dugan, and this is a video with tips for better practicing. Three steps to begin. Number 1, prepare to practice. Fill up your water bottle, get out your music, adjust the room, your music stand, and silence your phone. Gather your translations and your pronunciations and get ready to practice. This might take 10 or 20 minutes, but it doesn't count as practice time. Number 2, if you feel distracted by thoughts about what you need to get done during this practice session or what you need to do after this practice session, center yourself with several deep breaths and clear your mind. Reassure yourself you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing at this very moment. All your problems will be waiting for you when you're done practicing. Number 3, singers should always dedicate time to warming up. Slides and sirens stretch the vocal folds and take you from the range of speech to the range of song. Panting, yogic breathwork, jumping jacks, or a few trips up and down the stairs alter the resting breath pattern from passive and tidal to active and energized. Staccato exercises require a coordinated breath and help to reduce vocal fold mass. Gentle facial massage and use of the hands above the heart technique help identify and release areas of tension. 3, 5, 8, and 9+ note scales and arpeggios sung legato sync the voice in the ear and help balance weight in the vocal mechanism. Assuming you're starting a new piece, if it's in a foreign language, read the English translation of the text or the poem aloud. If the text is in English, read it aloud for comprehension and avoid dramatic interpretation. Read slowly and without accenting the text. Then, in your own words, using current and relevant vocabulary, create an explanation of the text. Link the familiar English text to the original foreign text. Work line by line or sentence by sentence until you recognize phrases and vocabulary and can repeat from memory. It may seem trivial to speak these steps aloud, but remember, you'll be singing out loud. Doing so here helps you walk through the articulatory patterns of the pieces. Working on rhythm and melody. Now you may finally speak the text in rhythm. Start slow if you need to. Pay attention to tempo and metronome markings. Going on, familiarize yourself with a melody. This might mean plunking out the notes of the piano, reading them using solfege and sight singing skills, or even listening to a recording of the piece. Just as when working with the text, use small phrases and sections. Make note of any dynamic markings and apply the words with an understanding of the translation and their intent. The real business of singing is done after the notes and rhythms are solidified. In any style of music, any style from opera to rock, I suggest working through the piece using the magic formula. You can see a more thorough explanation in my video dedicated to the magic formula. The magic formula is designed to reduce the complexity of the text. That is, the order, pattern, or sequence of vowels and consonants, openings and closings, and starts and stops of the voice. The things that ironically disturb the legato line of singing and yet constitute its substance. As you walk through the song using the magic formula, follow the Dugan Studio credo. Number 1, comfort first. Singing should always be comfortable, but not necessarily effortless. Effort will be directed at reading, breathing, shaping vowels and consonants, controlling the body, and interpreting the text. Number 2, find or allow mask placement. These are the sensations that will guide you to greater connection and security in your sound. Number 3, get on top of the breath. Having a breathing strategy is foundational to good singing. The breath can be applied differently for phrases, for ranges, for tempi. Sort this out and know how to explain it to yourself, having a breathing strategy. Number 4, identify common areas of tension. This makes the credo cyclical because it brings us back to the idea of comfort being first. To help you do this, Use replacement behaviors rather than negative language. Instead of saying, "Don't let the shoulders rise," you can simply plan to keep your hands in place at your side as a way to actively keep the shoulders resting in place. Some common areas of tension include the trifecta of the jaw, tongue, and throat. That goes for all singers. Other areas include the back of the neck at the base of the skull. But these aren't the only things, and they're not limited to my examples. Make sure that your hands don't turn into weird claws, or that you rise off your heels onto your tiptoes every time you go for a high note. Uncontrolled, unanticipated, or locked movements are a form of tension. Monitoring these will bring you back to priority number 1, staying comfortable. Remember, you can always use the hands above the heart technique. All right, guys, happy practicing. I hope you enjoyed these tips for better practicing. Please hit the like button and be sure to visit me at chipdugan.com, where you can see the resources section for students and teachers.